Hi, my name is Bert and I'm a transformational coach, a thought leading mentor, international speaker, and a published author. My recent book, Believe to Achieve, a leader's journey from invisible to invincible, is a book that I would love you all to read. Not because it matters to me, but because you matter to me. You know, leadership is an extremely difficult challenge that one gets. Sometimes we get promoted into that position and we don't deserve that. Sometimes by choice you can say, no, I don't. I take myself as a sportsman, I've always said, please, thank you. I don't want to be captain. Because I believe when I'm captain, my focus goes away from the game. It goes on managing the team. Now that might sound strange. It's all about leadership, and leadership is about managing the team. But I personally believe in leadership by example. So I prefer to lead a team as a non-responsible leader, the captain, by my impact on the team, how I drive what I do, so that I can inspire and motivate my team members. That's me. In sport, that is. In business, as a leader, I love being part of the team. Part of the team, not just the leader of the team. Because I believe that I could make the biggest difference to the team's functionality, success, and efficiency by being part of it. Let's use an example. If your car's battery is flat, then you have to push it. You have to push it. And then you can see nothing. Somebody must be behind the steering wheel to guide it, but at the end of the day, you have to push it. We don't pull the car if the battery is flat. We have to push it. And sometimes by pushing it, I'm light-sided. So, let me share some insights with you in terms of a couple of pointers of leadership today that we need for tomorrow. Now, I've covered the discussion on my belief in terms of strategizing and how to create a strategic plan by creating a vision first, an imagined reflection of your perceived future of the company. I want you to imagine the future and go and clarify what it would be like when I get there. And if you've got that clear enough, start taking your company there, start living in the future. So the future will pull you into the future and pull your company towards success. And stop letting you think of strategically about just competing with others. So a mindset change is what we need today, in today's time, to become a future better leader. Because I mean, can you also imagine how many companies today lead teams by not seeing the teams, not getting teams together because we work from home. Difficult times. Think about succession planning. Think about just growing the company and seeing your new successes. Succession planning, difficult. Leadership challenge. But I'm talking about the company now. I want to talk to you about yourself. Come needs to talk about yourself in terms of your expectation of you as an individual leader. You've got to be adaptable. You've got to be foresighted. You've got to be agile. You've got to be a visionary. You've got to be progressive. What does it mean? Adaptable means able to change and adjust to the new challenges or environments. If you think that the changes are not out there, there are so many changes. We change our minds while we're changing our minds. AI has forced us to change everything in terms of our thinking, in terms of our organization. Doesn't matter what business you're in. Simplified life also brought you some new challenges, but also brought merit and new opportunities. As a leader, you've got to stay ahead of that. So be adaptable that you can change as the environment necessitates. Foresight. Anticipate future changes and the preparation for them. Sometimes it's so difficult that things change so quickly. But then we must adopt abilities to see the future. I talk about beyond it, leaders to be beyond it. And I refer to that as the concept of an eagle, to be able to see the future, to see the other side of the chasm, the other side of the forest. Not to turn around to saying it's impossible, I cannot go to the other side, I'm changing route and I'm going somewhere else, where some people persist and just continue and drive through, and they have the future in their hands. You've got to be able to see it, and the eagle can see the future as well as the past. Whilst us as a leader and as a team, we sit in the boardroom and strategize, and we sometimes just limited by the horizon and thinking that we must stay competitive, and we're just looking at our competition instead of believing that we can become and should become the competition. Have the foresight of the prospective possible future in defining your vision. Agile. Quick to adapt and make changes to stay relevant. We've got to think on our feet. We cannot say, this is I've set my mind on this is the way I've got to go, I'm going to finish this first, then I will consider a difference, a viewpoint. You can't do that anymore. While you're running, you've got to look at what is happening around you, so that you need to adopt faster, quicker, or left or right. You've got to be able to change in your stride, because life requires it. And as a leader, you are going to be the person that make that call and make that change. Be a visionary. Looking ahead to imagine new possibilities for the future. So I'm talking about this imagined reflection of your perceived future as setting a vision for your company. The way I approach that is exactly the vision in looking ahead, to imagine new possibilities. But how can you see that? So I say to management teams and to leaders, to say, just imagine yourself in space. Weightless, there's nothing more important than anybody else. And then you look from space at the globe, the world. Then you look at your continent. Then you look at your country. And you look at your province or your state, your municipality, down to your suburb, down to your office. That will allow you to create a vision beyond your imagination, because it shows you the abilities and the possibilities in the whole world. And that is your role as a visionary, to be able to sit back and see beyond the horizon, beyond this boardroom that you're sitting in, going through strengths, weaknesses, opportunities and threats, the past. Throw away those shackles, go and look at the future. You'll be able to see and be able to create the future where you take your company to. Lots of companies, examples, that has done that. Exactly that way they've done it. Let's just think of Satya Nadella of Microsoft. Transform Microsoft by focusing on a growth mindset, helping the company to adapt to modern challenges and foster innovation. People has got the ability to see the future. They do have the ability, but do they have the drive and the self-belief to drive it towards that future? That's sometimes the challenge. And you as a leader is setting that pace. We've covered all those points of you need to believe in yourself, to be strong. Last point here, progressive. Moving forward and embrace new ideas for leadership. Where might you get the thought of a change in your leadership type? Ideas that you should follow as a leader. Where does it come from? Never stop imagining. I have watched my own daughter when she was 2-3 years old, and out of that created a succession plan for my company. Because little things matter. You see what they do, how they do it, and games they play that you can apply in the workplace, because we forgot about them. That we need to have goals We need to be able to see opportunities. We need to understand the threat associated with risks. But we also understand that we need to start, we need to be persistent and have the ability to follow through. I love these points: adaptable, foresight, agile, visionary, progressive. Man, continuous learning will give you the answers to all of that. Never stop learning. Embrace continuous learning. You should read and listen to content and on leadership development and tech trainings to stay adaptable and open to future changes. Not that difficult, but it's going to take time, and it's going to take the change in your habits. Go out there and do it. Can. Thanks for watching. I hope it gives you some food for thought, because as a leader, you want to make a difference, and we need people making a difference in this world. Please follow me on YouTube, Facebook, and LinkedIn, and do engage. Love to talk to you and hear your beliefs and your side of the story. Thanks again for watching. See you in the next video, and goodbye for now.